Hey everybody, it's Pam from Nana's Crafting Cottage back with you. Welcome if you're a new subscriber, and welcome back to all my current subscribers. How you doing? I'm feeling much better. I'm ready for Christmas, and I am ready to share my Christmas folio with you that is made from ta-da, a Kleenex box. And then after I share this with you, I will show you how I used the Kleenex box. I'll get the basics down for you. So if you have a box like that, you can play with it too. My husband kind of laughed at me. I said, well, it's either that or put it in the recycle. And why you put it in the recycle if I can use it for something in my crafts? And he goes, well, there you go. Okay, so here it is. And this used to be the top of the Kleenex box. I just took out the plastic, and I'll be showing you that as well. The papers I used on here are from Artful Era Gallery, and I believe I shared their the discount code that I have with them last time. I will share that again with you. And here it is. These are some die cuts that I have, and then the little words and sentiments here I had in my stash, as well as these brads. I had them in my stash. And we open it up, and I made these just as extras. They're envelopes from book page, dictionary book page, and all the images on here are from Artful Era Gallery. Cool, huh? I just put lace and ribbon on here for decoration, and they're ready to be stuck down in a journal. And I will probably put these in one of my own personal journals, but we'll see. Right now, they're housed in here. I use this fabric from my stash. I really like it. And I had originally gotten this from, guess, Dollar Tree. So if you have a Dollar Tree, they probably have different Christmas fabrics out there, and I do have a few of them. Okay, I did put a signature in here, and I used none other than elastic. I started it at this set of holes, didn't work, had to rework, and so put it at this set of holes, and I did put holes into my signature, which I hadn't planned on, but I kind of like it better because now the papers aren't flopping around like they could. And I did strengthen these areas with my Christmas washi. Here are some of the images. All the images in here are from Artful Era Gallery. Ugh, my tongue is not working today. It's too excited. And so yeah, it's from her kits in there, and this is one large bundled up kit, I think. Anyway, she has all of her Christmas stuff out there, and I will link that 40% off coupon code in the description box below like I did last week. Okay, so this I have a template from my favorite person, Angela Kerr Designs. And then I have this that I used from the set. These sentiments were from my stash along with little details like this, but everything else is from Artful Era Gallery. And I did put some tea-dyed paper on the back. It can be written on. There we go. So I put that there. I put this music paper here. And I couldn't cover the rest of it up. I really liked it, so I just left it. And here I made some tags, backed it with some card, and then put coffee dyed paper over that and decorated it with some ribbon in my stash. And then some more images here that I just left as is. I didn't ink them like I did everything else. I did ink everything with the Vintage Photo Distress Oxide here. And so yeah, so look at him. Isn't that pretty? And these little girls here for this pocket. Oh, so adorable. Okay, put those back in there. I had fun with this. I really, really did. And these, you know how you have your die cuts? You have your positive, which is the die cut itself, but then you also have the negative. I took the negatives and did the stenciling in here because they match what I'm putting in here. Huh, how about that? So, you know, whatever I cut out, most of them I used the negative part and did my stenciling with that because I don't have stencils like this. So I made my own. There you go. This is the project that I did last week. And so isn't she cute? So adorable. Backed it just with some cardstock and did a little bit of stenciling on there. And this is out of a junk mail envelope, like I love to do. And then these images here, except for this music paper and these tags or labels, everything else is, you know, the kit. Cool. And I didn't have to put anything on here because the weight of this keeps it down. Plus, it's in here and getting, you know, keeping closed and that. So then I just put some ribbon here and there and stenciled, and then I did this pocket here and put these cuties in here. Cute, cute. And I also put in some more of the images. I just left them alone and just made a pocket out of this. And let's put them back in there so I don't have them laying around and lose them. I don't want to do that. All right, because I am ramping up to do some more projects. Yeah, how about that? Okay, now we'll just go on. And some of the pages most of the pages I did some kind of stenciling, but some of them I didn't. And this I just put on just as a decoration with some lace. Did my stenciling here, strengthened where the holes are here. Just tied it. And it's just elastic, pardon me, elastic on a spool that I had. And with this, I just made a pocket and added these images from the kit. There's a stamp. Aren't they adorable? Oh, they're so cute. I just love them. And did some stenciling here, and this is a Santa's list. And I just put this on and just made a tuck spot there and just left this the way it is. I just love it. And made this piece into a pocket and put this ephemera in there. There's a Santa bingo card and icicles. I remember the boxes of tinsel as a kid. We used to use the tinsel on the tree, and I remember this brand. I remember. Been a while, but and these are from the kit. I had a lot of fun. I had to finally just stop because I didn't want every single page full, which I could have done easily. And this one I just made into a belly band and just added these ephemera pieces in there. Isn't she cute? Adorable. Adorable. But I wanted to use as many pieces as I could in here. And so that's what I tried to do. Okay, in here. And here is this little girl. Isn't that cute? This is the other side of that other pocket. And then I put these little gals in there. Happy little faces. So cute. Okay, put that back in there so I don't lose track of it. The only bummer thing is this one, because I did it this way, come on now, is this piece wiggles. It's only held with one piece, but this is mine, so oh well. And then this is held in here by a little mini paper clip with these adorable pictures. Right there. Let's put that back in there before I lose it. And I didn't feel like making them into full-blown tags, so I just put the paper clip there. Get some more stenciling, and then this is the last one, and I just had to have her in here, the whole thing. So I put it on this piece, which is the other side of this. I just added this piece to it, and so I can flip it like that. Okay. And then I made this tag out of this piece. It was a scrap, and so I just made it so that you can see the birds, and made a tuck spot back here with the other birds, the rest of the picture, and then made this little notepad out of some coffee dyed paper, and with this stamp. I just folded it over and stapled it and tucked it in here. Just tore it, inked it, and glued it on two sides, and there you go. And then I used this sari silk from my stash and these little gems. And then I put a bunch of these little gals in here too, these pictures. And this, I had paid to go to our church women's Christmas brunch before we left on, for Thanksgiving and that. Well, we got sick during Thanksgiving, and this was supposed to be happening the second weekend after we were home. I was still sick, couldn't talk, was coughing and everything, so I had to give it up. But I kept my ticket. I kept my ticket, and I said, this is going in here as a remembrance of my sickness. Not really. I just wanted to keep it. I just thought it was real vintage looking, and it was just so pretty, so I just inked it a little bit, and I will keep that just like that. Oh, and this is a piece of the paper from that kit too. Everything in here. Okay, and then this one I thought was really cool. This is the coming of Christmas, and for each day, December 1 through 24, it shows the different scriptures in the Bible as we move closer to Jesus' birth. It's just really cool. So that had to go in there. Okay, so that is what I was working on for a while. Let me get these back in here. I can manage to do that. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and put them right here because they are bigger than the other things. Now I'm going to go ahead and tie it back up. This is some sari silk that I had gotten from Etsy. Actually, it's a sample, one of the several samples that she had sent for other colors that she has. and it fits perfect. And I like the color of it. It's a real vintage dark red. Okay, so there is my Christmas Kleenex box folio. Okay, and this is what it's made from. We get our Kleenexes from Costco, so we get the big boxes and the big old packages. So what I was doing was, I thought, well, I'll get this box ready for the recycle bin. So I'm taking it apart like this. I'm thinking, okay, yeah, I'll get it broke down and in there. And then as I was doing this part, I was like, wait a minute. Why couldn't I make a folio out of this? So what I did was I just started cutting these flaps off, and I didn't know if I would use them or not. I just cut them off like I'm doing right here. And it was just a rough cut because I didn't know if I was going to be cutting this part down or not. And as it was, I did have to trim this to the design, you know, up to the design on this for my top, but it worked out perfect. So I was happy with it. So I just take these off, and you know, I have not seen anybody else do this. So I thought, well, maybe I got it first. I don't know. There's probably somebody out there in the world that has done this before, and I'm not the only one. And then I just cut this apart and took the top piece from the rest of it. And I thought, well, I'll just set it aside, and I'm sure I'll use this for something. Well, then it ended up being on this project, which it worked beautifully because the image that I used in it was an image of a Christmas family, and it worked perfect. I was able to get the whole family in the picture, mom, dad, the kids, and the tree. That's what I really wanted. But see, I had to cut it down, so I took this solid color off all the way around, and then it worked perfect. But what I also did was on the back is this plastic. So I just grabbed it and just started pulling, and it just comes right off. And it's too thin to use, plus there's a hole in the middle of it. And I have plenty of acetate. Or if you have packaging, anything like that, you can use in here. So I had just set this aside. Then I started looking at this more. And I thought, huh. So I'm going to take these flaps off. So the bigger flaps I kept just in case I wanted to use them. And I don't recall if I did use them or not. So let's take these flaps off of here, and then you'll see that you have the bones, the bare bones, for a folio. And yeah, it was like an epiphany. When I started taking the thing apart and how it folded and everything, I was like, oh my goodness, what? So I just trimmed it so that, you know, I could fold it, and then I added score lines here and here. I did it on this flap side, which wasn't easy, but I did it. I had to work at it a while, but I did it. And then, you know, like these scraps, if you have some skinny tags or whatever, use this kind of stuff. I do all the time. Here we go. So just keep that aside. keep these big pieces aside. You can do, you know, flips with them, pocket flips. So yeah, that is the bare bones of a folio, right? That's all it is. So I think all I did was I trimmed the solid part off here, so it had plenty of room and, you know, nothing rubbing or anything. And then I added the score line here and here, and here is where I had put my signature on this side. You don't have to put a signature in. There's nothing saying that you have to put a signature in, and normally I don't, but this time I was like, why not? I haven't done that, so why not give it a go? So yeah, and then I just started measuring and getting it figured out, and what do I want to do, and then just started covering, and it was a blast. So when I trimmed this piece down, it worked perfect. It gave me plenty of room for a picture, plenty of room to cover it and have an edging around it. And then I decided to put fabric on it. So then I just glued my fabric on, and I did it the normal way where you leave at least an inch or so around the outside, glued it in, and then went from there. You can do it, guys. It may take a little bit to get figured out, okay, the size that you want. Maybe you want it shorter, maybe you want to do a tall, skinny journal out of it. You can do that. It's very easy. And this thing measures out, when it's got the flaps off, measures out to 8 3/4 tall and a little over 4.5 wide. That's counting this outer piece here. So 4.5 wide, 8 3/4 tall, which is pretty typical of, or pretty close to typical of a journal. Pretty close. Normally I do mine about 8.5 to 9, usually about 9 tall by 5.5 or 6. Actually, I do 6, because then I can fold my paper. There will be, they're 8.5 by 11. You fold them, and then they're 5.5. So they would fit perfect in here, and they did. They fit absolutely perfect. They came from here to here. They're within the boundaries, and they're not all squished up in there. See? Yeah, pretty cool, huh? So give this a go, guys. I think it would be really fun to see what you come up with. And, if you have these big Kleenex boxes, I don't know if a lot of people use them or not. Even a smaller one you can use to do something. Use it for tags or what have you. So anyway, I'm going on because I'm really excited about it. And my next project will be out of, I'm not going to show you what I'm doing, but I will show you the file folder that I prepped for I'm going to do a winter file folder flip or folio or flip-flop, I don't know. Anyway, it's going to be a winter one, and it's going to be for my design team project for Paperomia. So that will be coming up. I'm also doing something else with one of these, and I have it sitting over here, but you're not going to see it yet because I'm still working on it. Okay, guys, I will be back next Thursday with something. I hope you, since this is coming out after Christmas, I hope you had a wonderful Christmas, a relaxing time with family, friends, or just quietly at home like my husband and I will be. So, or were. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all next week. Take care, guys. Stay healthy, stay happy. I'll see you then. Bye.